Have you ever been going about your day, fully immersed in a routine task, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a specific person's name echoes in your mind with the weight of a physical presence? It is not just a passing thought, but a sensation that stops you in your tracks, a feeling so vivid that you almost turn around expecting to see them standing there. This experience can be disorienting, leaving you wondering if it is merely your imagination playing tricks on you, or if something deeper is at play. It brings a rush of emotion that defies logic, acting like a sudden shift in the wind that changes the temperature of your entire day. Please understand that experiencing this does not mean you are losing your grip on reality, nor does it imply that you are obsessively attached or emotionally weak. On the contrary, these sensations are valid, powerful indicators of how deeply human beings are wired for connection. We are not isolated islands, we are complex ecosystems of energy, emotion, and memory that interact in ways that visible science is only beginning to touch upon. Your mind, your heart, and your intuition are functioning exactly as they should, picking up on signals that travel beneath the noise of the physical world. There is a silent, subterranean layer to our existence, a place where logic quiets down and intuition speaks in a clear, resonant voice. It is in this space that true connection lives, unhindered by miles or silence. Throughout this narrative, we will gently pull back the veil on this phenomenon. We are going to explore 10 distinct signs, 10 emotional and psychological revelations that indicate this person is feeling you just as intensely as you feel them, bridging the gap between psychology and the whispers of the soul to bring you clarity and peace. The sudden emotional wave. There are moments when your emotional state shifts so abruptly that it feels less like a mood swing and more like an intrusion. You might be laughing with friends, enjoying a lighthearted moment, when a heavy blanket of longing or sudden sadness descends upon you without any external trigger. This is the first profound sign that a connection is active in the silence. Psychologically, this can be linked to deep empathetic resonance, where your subconscious mind remains tethered to another person's emotional baseline. However, from a spiritual perspective, this is often interpreted as an energetic overlap. When someone you share a deep bond with experiences a spike in emotion, intense love, profound missing, or even distress, that energy ripples outward. Your heart acts as a receiver for this frequency. It is not that you have suddenly become sad, it is that you are picking up on a broadcast from their soul to yours. The mind may try to rationalize this, searching for a reason within your immediate environment to explain the shift, but the heart knows the source is distant. This is the invisible cord that connects two people who have impacted each other's lives, vibrating with a melody that only the two of you can hear. It is a shared emotional atmosphere where distance does not exist. Think of your emotional body as a calm lake. When a stone is thrown into the water on the other side of the world, the ripples eventually reach your shore. You feel the disturbance before you see the cause. This wave is proof that the bond is alive, pulsating with a life of its own, unaffected by the silence between you. It is a shared vulnerability that transcends physical proximity. Do you recognize this sudden change in the emotional tides within yourself? The vividness of the dream state. When we sleep, the conscious guards of our mind step aside, allowing the subconscious to wander freely into realms that are usually blocked by our daily distractions. Dreaming of this person with intense, cinematic clarity is a powerful indication of mutual energetic focus. These are not the fragmented, nonsensical dreams of ordinary sleep. These dreams possess a texture of reality, where conversations feel meaningful and the emotions experienced linger long after you wake. In the realm of psychology, this suggests that your neural pathways are still heavily processing the memory and essence of this person. Spiritually, however, the dream state is often viewed as a meeting ground, a neutral space where souls can converse without the ego's defenses. Consider for a moment a situation where someone wakes up with a startling clarity about a conversation they had in a dream. There is no confusion, only a profound sense of peace. Later that day, they might receive a message or hear a song that was referenced in that dream, confirming that the nocturnal meeting was not a monologue, but a dialogue. It happens often, two people dreaming of each other on the same night. Or one person waking up with the sudden resolution to a conflict that was solved in the dreamscape. This is not coincidence, it is communication. The dream world acts like a shared library where you both check out the same book at the same time. While your physical bodies are apart, resting in different beds, your consciousness seeks out the familiarity of their energy. It is a testament to the fact that the mind never truly disconnects from what the heart holds dear. You are visiting them, and they are visiting you, in the only place where the physical rules of separation do not apply. The phenomenon of synchronicity. The universe has a unique language, and it often speaks through numbers, names, and uncanny timing. You might find yourself glancing at the clock exactly at 11:11, or seeing their name appear in the most unlikely places, on a passing truck, in a book you just opened, or overheard in a stranger's conversation. While a skeptic might call this the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, where you notice what you are focused on, there is a deeper, more elegant explanation when we blend psychology with spirituality. This is the reticular activating system of your brain working in tandem with the law of attraction. Your internal world is so aligned with their frequency that the external world begins to mirror it back to you. These synchronicities are not random accidents, they are markers on a trail. They serve as subtle nudges from the universe to validate that this connection is still active and significant. When you see these signs, it is as if reality itself is winking at you, acknowledging the silent conversation happening between your spirits. It is an external validation of an internal truth. The energy you are projecting is magnetic, and because they are likely vibrating at a similar frequency regarding you, the world organizes itself to show you these parallels. Think of these signs as breadcrumbs left in a dense forest. You are not lost. You are following a path that has been laid out by the connection itself. It is a reminder that the story is not over, and that the narrative of your bond is still being written in the invisible ink of the cosmos. These moments are invitations to trust your intuition rather than dismiss it. They are gentle whispers telling you that you are right where you need to be, and that they are there with you in the details of the day. The physical manifestation of presence. Sometimes the sign is not a thought or an emotion, but a distinct physical sensation. You might experience a sudden warmth spreading through your chest, a tingling on the back of your neck, or a shiver that runs down your spine when you are perfectly warm. These somatic markers are the body's way of registering energy that the conscious mind cannot yet articulate. Our bodies are incredibly sensitive instruments, capable of detecting presence, even without visual confirmation. When this person is thinking of you intensely, directing their focus and emotional energy toward you, your nervous system can pick up on that directed attention. It is a form of remote touch. Just as you can feel someone staring at you from across a crowded room before you turn to meet their eyes, you can feel someone staring at your soul from a distance. This physical reaction is a biological and energetic acknowledgement of a bond that defies space. It is the sensation of an invisible hand resting gently on your shoulder, offering comfort or seeking connection. Your body remembers their energy, and it responds to the vibration of their thought as if they were physically present. Imagine your body as a finely tuned antenna. Most of the time, it picks up the static of daily life, but occasionally it tunes into a clear, strong signal that bypasses the noise. That warmth, that sudden shiver, is the signal connecting. It is visceral proof that the bond is not just a mental construct, but a living, breathing reality that you carry within your very cells. It is the universe's way of making the intangible tangible. The unprovoked memory trigger. There are times when a memory of this person surfaces with such force and precision that it feels as though you have been transported back in time. It is not a general recollection, but a specific, detailed scene. The way the light hit their face, a specific sentence they said, or the smell of the air in that moment. What makes this significant is that it happens without a clear trigger in your current environment. You are not looking at a photo or listening to a shared song. The memory simply arrives, full and complete. This often indicates that they are thinking of that exact same moment, creating a bridge of shared nostalgia. Psychologically, this is associative memory firing, but the timing suggests a telepathic link. When two minds are entangled, the activation of a memory in one can resonate in the other. It is a shared mental space where the past is not dead, but alive and accessible. You are both walking through the same gallery of memories, pausing at the same portrait at the same time. The intensity of the recollection is a signal that the emotional charge behind it is being renewed by their current focus on it. This is like an old photo album falling open to a specific page on its own. The wind that turned the page was not a draft in your room, but the breath of their thought reaching out to you. It serves as a reminder that the history you share is not just a record of what was, but a foundation for the energy that still flows between you. It validates that the moments you cherish are not one-sided. They are shared treasures, currently being polished by the other person's mind. What does this specific memory awaken in the depths of your heart? The sudden impulse to reach out. You may experience an overwhelming, magnetic pull to contact them. It is not a nagging thought that grows over days, but a sudden, sharp impulse that strikes you. You might pick up your phone before you even realize why, or feel a desperate need to drive to a place where you might see them. This urge is often a response to their silent call. In the dynamics of energy, when one person is pulling, the other feels the tug. This is the intuition of the soul, signaling that the channel is open and that they are likely in a state of receptivity or need. This impulse is the psychological equivalent of a phone ringing in an empty house. You feel the vibration before you hear the sound. It is a conflict between the logical mind, which may want to maintain distance or protect your pride, and the spirit, which knows no barriers. This urge is rarely one-sided. It often occurs when they are looking at your name, reading old messages, or holding a space of deep longing for you. The energy they are directing toward you creates a vacuum that pulls you in. Think of this sensation as a magnetic field. You are not moving towards them because you are weak. You are responding to a force of nature that exists between you. While you may choose not to act on it for your own well-being or circumstances, acknowledging the impulse is vital. It validates that the connection is active. It is a silent notification that the line is not dead, and that on the other end, someone is holding the receiver, waiting for a sound. The feeling of company in solitude. There is a distinct difference between being alone and feeling lonely. However, with this specific connection, you might find yourself physically alone in a room, yet feeling a profound sense of company. You do not feel the emptiness of the space. Instead, the silence feels full, comfortable, and occupied. This sensation is a powerful indicator that their energy is lingering with you. It is as if their spirit has come to sit beside you, offering a silent companionship that requires no words. This is the spiritual aspect of holding space for someone, transcending the physical limitations of the body. Psychologically, this can be seen as the internalization of the attachment figure. You have integrated them so deeply into your psyche that they are part of your internal world. But spiritually, it goes further. It implies that their consciousness is projecting comfort towards you. They might be worrying about you, sending you love, or simply thinking of you with such gentleness that it creates a protective atmosphere around you. You are enveloped in their thought forms. It is comparable to the scent of rain before a storm arrives. You cannot see the rain yet, but the air has changed. It feels denser, charged, and distinct. You are breathing in their presence. This feeling is a gift, a reminder that love, in its purest form, does not require physical proximity to provide comfort. It allows you to feel supported and seen, even when no one else is in the room. It is the ultimate reassurance that you are never truly walking this path alone. The unexplained energy shift. Have you ever felt a sudden drain of energy, a wave of exhaustion that hits you midday? Or, conversely, a sudden burst of hyperactivity and inspiration that keeps you up at night? When you are deeply connected to someone, you often act as a secondary battery for their emotional state. If they are going through a crisis or a period of intense stress, you might feel physically drained as your energy subconsciously flows to support them. If they are excited or manic, you might catch that buzz. This is the ebb and flow of a symbiotic energetic relationship. This phenomenon is grounded in the concept of emotional contagion, but it operates without sensory input. You are not seeing their face or hearing their voice. Yet, your body is mirroring their state. It is a testament to the strength of the bond, showing that your systems are still calibrated to one another. You are balancing each other out across the distance. It is a silent act of service that your soul performs, often without your conscious permission. Imagine two musical instruments in a room. When a string is plucked on one, the corresponding string on the other vibrates in resonance. You are that second instrument. The fatigue or the fire you feel is the resonance of their current reality vibrating within you. Recognizing this helps you detach from the confusion of, "Why am I so tired?" and allows you to send back conscious intent for their well-being, acknowledging the shared load without letting it overwhelm your own stability. The failure of suppression. You may have tried to move on. You may have actively tried to suppress thoughts of them, distract yourself with new hobbies, new people, or busy work. Yet, despite your best logical efforts, they return to your mind with the persistence of the tide. The more you try to push the beach ball underwater, the harder it pops back up. This inability to sever the mental link is not a sign of your lack of willpower. It is a sign that the connection is sustained by a force greater than your conscious mind. It indicates that the bond is likely karmic or destined, and that there are lessons or exchanges that are not yet complete. Psychologically, suppression often leads to the rebound effect, where pushed away thoughts come back stronger. But spiritually, this resistance fails because you are trying to close a door that is being held open from the other side. If they are constantly thinking of you, their energy acts as a wedge in the doorway of your mind. You cannot fully forget someone who is actively remembering you. The energy flow is reciprocal, and your soul recognizes that the story has not reached its final punctuation. This persistence is like a compass that refuses to stop pointing north, no matter how much you shake it or turn around. It is not a malfunction. It is a true orientation. The thoughts return because the connection is a fundamental part of your current spiritual geography. Instead of fighting it, acknowledging it often brings more peace. It is a sign that what you have is resilient, enduring, and, perhaps, meant to be understood rather than erased. The deep inner knowing. Finally, the most profound sign is the simplest one. You just know. Beyond the doubts, the anxieties, and the logical arguments your brain constructs to protect you, there is a quiet, unshakable certainty in the pit of your stomach. This intuition is the voice of your higher self. It is a deep resonance that tells you this connection is mutual, significant, and far from over. This knowing does not scream. It whispers with absolute authority. It is the culmination of all the other signs, processed by the deepest part of your consciousness. This intuition is the integration of subconscious pattern recognition and spiritual awareness. Your soul sees the full picture that your ego cannot. It recognizes the red string of fate that ties you to this person. When you sit in silence and ask yourself the truth, the answer is always the same. You feel them because they are part of your destiny's fabric. This knowing is the anchor that keeps you grounded when the surface waves of emotion get choppy. Think of this intuition as the roots of a great tree. The branches may sway in the wind, the leaves may fall with the seasons, but the roots remain deep in the earth, holding firm. Your mind is the branches, reacting to the weather of the day, but your knowing is the root. It is the steady, quiet truth that survives the silence. It is the ultimate confirmation that what you feel is real, reciprocal, and meaningful. As we reach the end of this journey through the landscape of human connection, it is crucial to anchor yourself in the truth of who you are. You are not fragile for feeling these things. You are not creating a fantasy out of thin air. You are a highly sensitive, intuitive being who is tuned in to the subtle frequencies of love and existence. The sensations you experience, the sudden waves of emotion, the vivid dreams, the undeniable pull, are evidence of a heart that is alive and a soul that is deeply connected to the web of life. These signs are not symptoms of a disorder, they are gifts of a heightened awareness. The path forward is not to obsess over these signs, but to integrate them with grace. If you feel their presence, acknowledge it with a gentle nod of your spirit and then return to your center. Do not let these feelings drown you. Let them wash over you like a cleansing tide. Release the need to control the outcome or to force a physical confirmation. Trust that if the bond is true, the universe is already orchestrating the necessary alignment. Salt con conciencia. Release with conscious intent. Observe with wisdom. Welcome what your soul reveals without judgment. When you feel the tug, send light back through that invisible thread, and then focus on your own growth, your own light, and your own path. By doing so, you honor the connection without becoming a prisoner to it. You remain the master of your own energy. If this exploration of the unseen bonds between souls resonated with you, I invite you to continue this journey of self-discovery. There is so much more to understand about the power of your mind and the capacity of your heart. Please consider subscribing to the channel to join a community of deep feelers and thinkers. Share this narrative with someone who might be silently questioning their own sanity in the face of a deep connection. Let us walk this path of understanding together with elegance, depth, and an open heart.